Good evening, you're watching the Buck Stops here, weekend edition on NDTV 24/7. I'm Amit Abrevi. Our big focus today, the Supreme Court has referred the matter of hate speeches to the Law Commission. Till that is done, politicians of all colours are making personal attacks on their opponents. The Congress has now written to the EC saying Imran Masood, the Saharanpur candidate, arrested for a hate speech made when he was in the SP. But this election season, no party has not been guilty of personal attacks.
एक तरफ ऐसी विचारधारा है जो भाई भाई के बीच नफरत पैदा करना चाहती है, दूसरी तरफ कांग्रेस है जो अपने विपक्षियों के लिए भी मन में दुर्भावना नहीं सद्भावना रखती है.
Sonia Gandhi kicked off Congress's poll campaign in Delhi with a sobering thought. But the party can hardly take a moral high ground, as the Saharanpur candidate Imran Masood is the first Lok Sabha candidate to have been arrested for making a hate speech. And despite disapproving Masood's remarks, Rahul Gandhi campaigned for him on Saturday.
हम गुस्सा नहीं करते हैं, हम प्यार से काम करते हैं.
The BJP asked the Election Commission to debar Masood, but the Congress today wrote to them saying Masood's speech was made on the 18th of September last year. On the other side of the divide on Saturday, Yoga Guru Ramdev, who's been campaigning for the BJP, made personal remarks against Sonia Gandhi.
हिंदुस्तान में एक ऐसी बहू आ गई, सारा पियर लूट, ससुराल लूट लिया, पियर भर दिया.
In a divided polity, hate speeches are used as a political strategy to further polarize the votes. But another reason why parties repeatedly falter is because very few politicians have been convicted. From Varun Gandhi to Akbar Owaisi, most have gotten away. Verdict 2014 is going to be India's longest election yet. And in fact, the challenge over the next month and a half will be to keep the discussion and discourse dignified as political parties slug it out. With Sandeep Hukan, Siddharth Pandey for NDTV.
So personal attacks. Is this election more about personalities than issues? Joining us now is Amiben Yagnik of the Congress, Atishay Marlena of the Aam Aadmi Party and Pinky Anand of the BJP. Just coming to you, Amiben Yagnik, first, the Congress has written to the Election Commission saying that your Sultanpur MLA has in fact, candidate, made this speech when he was in the SP 8 months ago. But the fact is he still made that speech.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
I'm saying the Congress has written to the Election Commission that the Saharanpur candidate made this speech when he was in the Samajwadi Party. But the fact is he did make this speech.
Yes, it has come to the front that the candidate who spoke this kind of bad words, I would say, it was, I mean, in kind of an anger, they were spoken in the month of September. And at that time he was in the Samajwadi Party. Of course, now he is with the Congress. And I think before any action can be taken, the veracity, the authenticity, in what context and with whom and what place has to be verified before any action has to be taken. Of course, Congress does not encourage any kind of these speeches or words spoken by any public person or its candidate, because hate is not the answer to anything. You may be angry at a certain person or a certain policy or a certain way, but that does not give you the right to speak whatever that comes to your mind. So here is a issue where it has to be tested and verified before taking it to the Election Commission. The Election Commission has to look into it, how it has happened, why the BJP has been jumping to it in such a haste, and it has to be found out when did he speak, at what time,
Sure.
and when was he with which party.
With which party? Pinky Anand, this coming to you. Just talking about the level of discourse in these elections. Even Narendra Modi spoke about the 3 AKs. He was referring to AK Antony. He was referring to Arvind Kejriwal, of course, helping Pakistan. The level of discourse here, Pinky Anand.
See, the point, I think, Amitabh, that we are discussing for the present point of time is immediately arising out of Imran Masood's statement, and I think I find it extremely puzzling to see how the Congress is possibly even saying that this was at a time when he was not with the Congress, he was with the Samajwadi Party, and these are bad words. I mean, there is a wide difference between bad words and hate words and violent words and criminal offences. I think here there is no manner of doubt that what Mr. Masood said in response to saying that he is going to kill and bring Mr. Modi boti kar denge unki. I don't think these are statements which are even on any kind of borderline, and for the Congress to try to defend this statement in any manner whatsoever.
But Pinky
the fact that
Anand,
Mr. Rahul
would you
Gandhi
agree
is
with the
going
fact
ahead
that
with the rally,
attacking personalities is more of rhetoric here than raising real issues?
No. I mean, the point is, yes, there are attempts to discuss specific figures, particularly when they are representing the tallest figures of the party. But the issues are addressed as well as when you are having people who are leading parties and people who are representative. For example, if anybody would say anything about the Congress, it would not be surprising if they would say something about Mr. Rahul Gandhi, because Mr. Rahul Gandhi today stands for the Congress, whether he is officially nominated as a prime ministerial candidate or not. I think in that sense, in any case, elections have seen a little bit of a change. From party lines to personality lines, there is some shift.
There is some shift. Atishi Marlena, coming to you, the Aam Aadmi Party has also been guilty of some of its leaders. In fact, Kumar Vishwas said it was totally out of context. That video was played again. They're using the same argument. But we saw even your former Law Minister, Somnath Bharti, making some very objectionable comments.
Amitabh, first of all, I must say I'm extremely amused at what my colleague from the BJP, Pinky Anand, has to say. I'm amused that she is criticizing the Congress for something which Narendra Modi has done himself. She seems to think that the comment of the Congress is objectionable, but the fact that Mr. Narendra Modi can call anyone a Pakistani agent is extremely acceptable. But be that as it may, I think the point that you're raising about the fact that these elections have become about political rhetoric, about individual attacks, is a very significant one. The reason it's significant is because I think it's a concerted attempt to take the limelight away from what are the real issues. The real issues of corruption, the real issues of a so-called development model being projected, and an extremely important issue that the Aam Aadmi Party is repeatedly raising is the issue of gas pricing. An issue that will cause extreme inflation, and yet the Congress and BJP maintain this sort of mysterious silence, and all they can do is engage in personal attacks.
But tell
about the Congress, actually, one more observation.
Sure.
One more observation that I had was that I think even the Congress saying that they do not encourage those things is quite farcical, given the fact that themselves have given a ticket to someone who has been known to indulge in communal speech and hate speech, and the BJP is no different.
What about
the
Somnath Bharti's language, Atishi
accused.
Marlena? What about Somnath Bharti's language?
And Amitabh, you might remember that at a point when Somnath Bharti used objectionable language, everyone in the party, including myself and the chief spokesperson of our party, apologized on his behalf on primetime television.
Sure. Just going back to the Congress
was
now.
any action taken? Was any action taken by the party against Mr. Somnath Bharti? You find the statements objectionable, you apologize for them, but there is nothing that the party does to take action against them. You continue onwards, holding your chief portfolio.
Ma'am, I'd like to ask.
That's the kind of argument.
I'd like to ask you if. Are you going to apologize to Mr. Narendra Modi calling Arvind Kejriwal a Pakistani agent?
Don't start. I'm sorry, I think, the situations which are possibly that can be demonstrated to be somewhat accurate. So I think we'll leave it at that.
Even Yagnik, just coming back, you were saying that the veracity of that video and those comments have to be looked at, the date and the timing, etc. Given that as it may be, we have the Superintendent of Police of Saharanpur on record saying that there are more videos that he has in his possession that are much more recent.
बाहेर काढण्यासाठी ज्यांनी 2 पावलं सुद्धा टाकली नाही, आज ते ग्रस्त सांगतायत काँग्रेस मुक्त देश करायचा. माझ्या मते त्याची परिणाम झालेला आहे. उगीच काही जात बोलण्याचा अर्थ नाही. निवडणूक संपेल, त्यांचा पराभव करू आणि चांगलं कुठं हॉस्पिटल असेल तर बघू, आम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये लक्ष देऊ.
When Yagnik, I'll come back to you on the SP. That was Sharad Pawar, in fact, and let me just translate what he said in Marathi today. He was talking about Narendra Modi there and saying that post the elections, he would need to be treated in a hospital. That's Sharad Pawar talking about Narendra Modi. Amiben Yagnik. We just going back to, we seem to have
Well,
lost that line
you
there.
have just
with,
shown
Gujarat.
a lot of clip.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Everyone has tried to voice one's strong feelings in their
Go ahead, ma'am. Amiben Yagnik.
about the other person or the party. But when we are in public life, I understand that we all should have some restraint. Now we are talking about hate speeches, people who do not even are contesting, like Baba Ramdev. He just let loose his language and does not know what he is speaking, what ramifications that would have and what message he is sending to the people of this nation. So well, I think the leaders do need to have some restraint in their way. But some of them have really gone overboard and started speaking and picking up words from the other party when they speak about themselves. And I do not want to say anything on the comments that have been passed, but the hate speeches have really sent a message to the Indian people today that, well, you can get away with all this at election time. But there should be a strong code, and the Election Commission should take into consideration that everything has to be within a proper decorum control.
Election Commission has in fact given that task to the Law Commission. Coming to you, Pinky Anand, again just going to translate what Sharad Pawar said there. Someone who hasn't done anything for the country or society's benefit is today talking of ridding the country of the Congress. Something has happened to him. Let the elections get over, we'll defeat him and then get him treated at a good hospital, in reference to Narendra Modi. Pinky Anand.
See, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, the fact that Mr. Imran Masood wants to threaten directly something which is actionable under the penal code, and he has been arrested and put behind bars for 2 weeks. I mean, there's no manner of doubt. And today, Amiben Yagnik is talking about the fact that such speeches may happen during election time, and as far as their party is concerned, nothing wrong is said. It is said in the heat of the moment. If somebody else says, it's questionable. But you know, when you are having violent speeches, there's one thing called hate speech, where you make statements which are meant to possibly harm personalities, but you actually have clear violence out here. When the model code of conduct is in being, when the superintendent of police of Saharanpur is in terms saying that the speeches has been made in the recent times, and he's a Congress party person, when Rahul Gandhi himself apologizes, at the same time says he will not participate in the rally, and then goes exactly there and participates in the Saharanpur rally. I mean, where are we headed in this direction? We need to ensure. And you know, today, just at the beginning of the program, when Amiben Yagnik says, why did the BJP run to the Election Commission? On the other hand, she's saying Election Commission should look into these things. So we have gone to the Election Commission. Election Commission is looking into it. Election Commission has assured that it will ensure the strictest of compliance with any such situations, and to ensure that such hate speeches are not there for the common people to be swayed over, for the common people to be terrified, for the common people to be swept away by such hate or violent speeches.
Atishi Marlena, just coming to you, your take on how the level of discourse...
Can I come in for a second?
Go ahead,
Can I come in for a second?
Go ahead, I'll just... Amiben Yagnik, go ahead.
Yes, if you just go to see, why is everyone getting provoked? Because there is a certain element of provocation in any rally of Mr. Modi. Why do you say such things, you know, that everyone has to give some kind of an answer? Everyone maintains a restraint. But the provocative speeches, like you saw the AK-49, and you speak about everything and everyone as if you have got a license to speak against everybody, but none should respond, even decently or in any manner.
Speeches are a world apart. Assuming your statement to be correct,
everyone...
I think there's a world of a difference.
There is a difference, Atishi Marlena.
World of a difference between hate speeches and provocative
Atishi
speeches.
Marlena, that the level of discourse has reached new depths?
New depth or new low, as you may call it. Three things, Amitabh. First of all, I think I'm absolutely amazed that the irony is not lost on my colleague from the BJP, that they're talking about hate speech by Congress and they themselves are giving tickets to those who are riots accused. I think, ma'am, actions speak louder than words. Number two, your question about the veracity of the comment. Again, extremely amusing, given the fact.
I think you should look over the Supreme Court judgment on Muzaffarnagar and see what has happened
please let me speak.
Before we go further.
Ma'am,
but before we go further, you must look at the judgment.
Ma'am, I think the question of veracity that you raised
on the riots.
Go ahead, Atishi.
The question that you raised about veracity is extremely amusing.
I think violent and hate speeches and laughing in any statement is not going to change anything. You may think it's amusing,
ma'am,
but I think if that is your manner of expression, might be somewhat questionable.
Pinky Anand, let Atishi complete.
Ma'am, I think the reason I'm laughing is you raised this question of veracity on the question of Pakistani agent. I think you missed the map that was on your own website, which showed Pakistan occupied Kashmir as an occupied territory. But anyway, we'll leave the secondary issue aside. I think the primary question that you're raising, Amitabh, is absolutely valid. I think discourse has reached an all-time low, and I think we all need to focus far more on substantive issues. Let us look at the kind of corruption that has been there both in the UPA government as well as all the BJP ruled states. Let us look at the concerns of unemployment. Let us look at the so-called myth of the development model. Let us look at the crony capitalism that exists in India today. Let us look how Ambanis and Adanis are getting favored by both Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. And I think these are the questions that need to be debated, and I will repeatedly say that despite Aam Aadmi Party raising these questions, both Congress and the BJP maintain their silence, and Narendra Modi is repeatedly attempting to deflect the debate from the real issues to sort of hate speech and divisive speech and below the belt comments.
Below the belt comments, Pinky Anand, I want you to listen to your MLA from Tonk, Savai Madhopur in Rajasthan, Hira Lal. Here he's talking at a rally here where even Diya Kumari is present, took place on the 25th. He's talking about disrobing Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and sending them back to Italy.
इनका कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ पर अखबार में पढ़ते सोनिया जी के पास गाड़ी नहीं है अरे तो भाई क्या पैदल चलते हो क्या अरे तो देश की फौज है इनको विदाई के लिए करो और इनको केवल कपड़े में उतार लो और रवाना कर दो वीजा बना लिया है मोदी जी का जिस दिन प्रधानमंत्री पद पे बैठेंगे ये इटली के लिए रवाना हो जाएंगे.
Pinky Anand, like you're saying, there's a world of a difference between hate speeches and these kind of below-the-belt comments, but no one could possibly justify that.
I think we are not talking about below-the-belt statements. If statements such as this are to be at all dealt with, I think it is rather unfortunate that these are statements which should not be permissible under any belts, low or high standards.
So what would you do to this MLA? What will the BJP do?
I think that matter is up to the party to decide. I cannot make a statement at this point of time.
Go ahead.
But Amitabh, how can they do anything?
Can I come in, Amitabh?
Right, Amiben Yagnik, go ahead.
Yes, did you see what that BJP MLA from Rajasthan said? And you cannot take any action against such a person. You hide everything about what your MLAs and MPs speak. And they speak so bad. These are not hate speeches. These are personal and dirty attacks and personalized attacks, but no word of reprimand. They are not removed from the party, no action is taken, and you merrily speak about other people, you provoke them short of inflammation and inflammatory speeches, and this is the way the BJP works. And so what is wrong if anyone brings to the notice of the nation that look here is a person who speaks nothing but venomous and tries to take the nation astray on some big promises he makes which are absolutely false, which are absolutely bogus, and which are not backed by any documentation of support.
Let Pinky Anand respond. Pinky Anand, go ahead.
Amitabh, I find this a shocking statement. On one hand, Amiben Yagnik, at some point, was saying that she didn't exactly think these words were appropriate, but today the subsequent statement has been provocative statements. That is her allegation. Provocative statements of Mr. Modi inspire such people to make such statements, and there's nothing wrong with them because he's actually criticizing Mr. Modi's policies. I think she's not really going into the speech at all. She's not probably seen it. I must put it to her. The speech exactly says कि उनकी मार के बोटी बोटी काट कर देंगे छोटी छोटी. This is a statement qua Mr. Modi made by Mr. Masood. I think there's no question of according to her, even assuming provocative statements are made by anybody, does that inspire people to cut them into pieces or to call about cutting them down to killing them? Is this what is possibly in any manner a speech justified? Is this not actionable under
Pinky Anand, where is the line drawn? Where is the line drawn? You're pointing out Imran Masood, but the other statements that are coming, we heard Hira Lal there, we heard Sharad Pawar, SP leaders, even PMK leaders are being investigated for hate speeches. It goes across the board, Pinky Anand.
See, today the matter of hate speeches and what should happen, because unfortunately or otherwise, we do ultimately hold freedom of speech and expression as one of the paramount features of this country and of the democracy, which is the largest democracy in the world. So
Sure.
to curtail speech is a very difficult step, and we do have laws to handle when hate speeches are made. So in this case, for example, Mr. Masood has been hauled up under 153A and 129A of the Indian Penal Code for sedition and for breaking communal harmony. So it isn't as if we do not have such action which can take place. It is very difficult to prohibit speech. It is possible, however, to take action if such speeches are made. This issue has been considered by the Supreme Court, and I think it needs to be sat down a little more, and there has to be a difference between violence. There has to be a difference between when model code of conduct has come into being and when the model code of conduct has not come into being. The model code of conduct itself prescribes that you cannot criticize a person, you can criticize the party, you can criticize the policies of the parties, but you can't attack people. So I think there are some lines which have been drawn out. What needs to really happen is action, and therefore you will find that Mr. Rahul Gandhi was given strictures twice by the Election Commission for various statements made by him, and Congress party has been Salman Khurshid's statements. Similarly, the Election Commission has also passed strictures there. So you are having these instances where increasingly action is being taken by the Election Commission.
Atishi,
all we need is strict action, immediate action to ensure it doesn't repeat.
Let me get Atishi in here on the fact that what can the Election Commission do, and the fact, Atishi, that the Supreme Court has left the matter up to the Law Commission.
I think, Amitabh, actually, I think very serious action needs to be taken on this. Clearly, people who indulge in hate speech, in divisive speech, should not actually be allowed to contest elections. But I think we need to go beyond just the words used by politicians into the very nature of politics being practiced. Because I think BJP really can't defend the fact that they have given tickets to Muzaffarnagar riots accused. They can't defend the fact that in other cases they have given tickets to those who have corruption allegations against them. And you cannot ignore the fact that they don't answer questions on farmers' suicides. They don't answer questions on closing down of small-scale industries. They don't answer questions on gas pricing. So I think the overall issue needs to move just beyond the kind of speech used to the kind of substantive issues elections need to be based on.
Manifesto, as opposed to discussing about speech and hate speech.
Right. So there is agreement there that it's the issues that should be discussed. Amiben Yagnik of the Congress, Atishi Marlena of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Pinky Anand. We certainly hope the weeks ahead will lead to more issues being discussed. Thanks for joining us.